Alright kids, today we're going to talk about these Ingersoll Rand compressors. So I just finally added the drain so I can get to it easier. I've had this compressor now for, I want to say 4 years, and I painted a Jeep with it, and then it went on light duty, which was just, tires, air ratchets, stuff like that. And we just finished painting the 72 Chevy Cheyenne. And basically we had heavy duty for 6 months. So figuring, all right, it's probably way past time to change the oil on this thing. So that was kind of a fiasco. What I did was I wheeled this thing outside the driveway. And I did not put a pan underneath it like I should have. And it just made a mess. And I was going to, pressure wash it or degrease it anyway. But if you have one of these things, one of the problems is that when you take out this valve here, it's a 1/8 pipe. All your oil just kind of just runs down and down. You just can't catch it. You need like a funnel jammed underneath here somehow, and then a catch pan. So since it's out of oil and had to be drained, I came up with a possible solution. I don't know if it's going to work, but I'll show you what we have. So I already had this 1/8 inch coupler, 1/8 inch pipe thread coupler. I picked up this nipple from Home Depot. I picked up this compression, they call it a needle valve. I picked up that. I already had that. And this white tube. Now I could not find what I wanted to do is I wanted to use some type of nipple, some type of 1/8 inch pipe peacock valve. And then I was just going to use a fitting, a barb fitting, and just shove a hose on it and put it inside, an oil catch, open the valve to drain it next time I do it. But unfortunately, I could not find any type of peacock valve, needle valve that has 1/8 inch inside diameter pipe thread. So all I could find was this compression fitting, which basically this is what you put on the back of a refrigerator. Should still work. So I'm going to go ahead and assemble it and see how it goes. But these are the parts that I need. I already had a coupler. I just got a nipple and needle valve and that. So let's hold on and see what happens. Alright, so I put some Teflon tape on it. The compression side isn't built yet, but sorry, my thing's in the way. The compression fitting's right here on the hose. So I'm going to go ahead and put this on the compressor. A wise man once said, "I'm not the plumber, I'm the plumber's son. But I'll plug your hole till the plumber comes." Juvenile, I know. Alright. So, take this out. Put it right there. And it's going to just basically go on just like this. If I can do this with my left hand. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'll tighten this with a pair of pliers right here. Then I'll tighten this with a pair of pliers. And I'll tighten this with a pair of pliers. And then what I'll end up doing is I'll come out with that white hose and I'll just duct tape it down the side of the tank. And when I drain it, it should in theory work. So I'll keep building, be right back. But that's the gist of it. Don't understand why Ingersoll Rand or Walt or these guys don't have some type of a peacock valve for draining these damn things. And by the way, that's your fill. And that's your level indicator. It holds 500 mils of synthetic. So let's tighten it all down. So yeah, I just use a pair of pliers to snug that down. Then I use a crescent wrench to tighten that, which tightened that more. So it's just snug. And then I used a crescent wrench on this and just turned it till it was snug. I don't want to over tighten it and break anything. It's not like it's a load bearing. It's just a drain. As long as it doesn't leak is all I care about. So now I'll put the compression fitting on. Be right back for that. Okay, so you slide on the compression nut, slide on the compression joint, and then you just bolt it up to the needle valve. Alright, so my thought process is simple. Let the compressor get hot, open the valve all the way, and it should start draining down this tube. I just duct taped it on and go right down inside of my catch. This is all theory. I have no idea if it's going to work or not. But I don't see why not, And of course, you'd have to probably lean the compressor forward, and it's on the pallet still, so I could just put a brick underneath of it, so it's facing this way at an angle to get out what little oil is down here, because that's what I did before. But this is my idea that I came up with on my Ingersoll rand, and I said in theory it should work. I made sure the valve actually closes and opens already by blowing my lips through it. And there's the original plug. I'll put that in storage. But that's what I'm going to go with, guys. I don't know if it's going to work or not. If you think I'm crazy, you can tell me in the comments. So just one more time, I had to buy that nipple, 1/8 pipe thread, 1.5 inch long. I already had a 1/8 inch coupler, so you may have to buy one of those at Home Depot as well. I already had one. The needle valve, I didn't use this. I don't know what that even is. Teflon tape, of course, a pair of pliers, a pair of wire cutters to cut the hoses and stuff, and a crescent wrench. And that's my idea. That's the parts list. If you got something better, let me know in the comments. Thanks.